Ho, ho, ho.
God
jul! Oh, we should have worn Santa hats.
Wait. Hold that thought.
Okay. Då Katie är julharen. Påsktomten? Jag vet inte.
Now I'm ready to be professional.
Or something. Ready to be comfortable.
So, the people voted that they wanted more Swedish.
Mer svenska.
So, more Swedish talking about Christmas, holidays. So I was thinking, what kind of phrases would be good for, like, if you're wanting to communicate with your Swedish family, if you're getting together, like, good stuff is like complimenting them on their house or their food, maybe.
If you're visiting someone. Yeah, it's like
maybe, oh, vilken fina julgran.
Vilken fin julgran.
I prefer grain.
That would be a Christmas branch.
Well,
it's like, this branch on the Christmas tree is gorgeous.
The rest of the tree sucks. Okay, so if you're spending time with some Swedish family and you want to compliment them.
Or just in general, or also like, or just, well, julgran is a good place to start. If you if you haven't gotten yours yet, you.
Vilken fina.
No.
Vilken fin julgran.
Gran. That's that specific type with an A.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Just kidding. Vilken fin julgran. What a beautiful Christmas tree.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Oh, Martin, you're supposed to sing it in Swedish.
I don't think, as far as I know, there are no...
Oh,
julgran, oh, julgran. Yeah, as far as I know, that's not translated into Swedish.
Hur fin är din gren?
Hur fin är dina grenar? Yeah, it isn't.
That's okay. Because it's in my brain. Let's talk about these words that are really similar. Gran, gren, and
en grön gren på en gran.
Grön.
Granens gröna grenar.
Okay, so gran is tree.
Well, specifically that type of pine tree that you use for Christmas tree.
So, gran is pine tree, gren is branch, and grön is the color green.
Yeah. En grön grangren.
En grön grangren.
Or granens gröna gren.
Granens gröna gren.
Grannens gröna grangren.
Wait, granens gröna grangren?
Yes, that's the neighbor's green.
Oh, neighbor. Yeah, let's put that one in here.
Pine branch. Granne.
Is that with dots too?
No, it's a double N-E.
Okay, so these are all words that are very similar. I'm actually going to write it on here so that you can pause it and write it down. Gran is pine tree.
Yes.
Gren is branch. Grön is green. And granne is neighbors.
Or neighbor.
Neighbor, because grannen is neighbors.
That's the neighbor. Grannar.
Grannar is
neighbors.
Because Swedish has to be all complicated with plurals.
Near?
What? I can't. I'm so tired. Stop cough laughing at me.
That was just a cough, nothing else.
It was totally a cough laugh. Okay.
You can't prove that, ma'am.
Gran is pine tree. Green. Say it with me.
Gran.
Gran.
Green.
Green.
Grön.
Grön.
Granne.
Granne.
Hey, manjot.
Oh. I wanted to go into these words because they're all so similar, and it's just really useful to go through this stuff again and again.
Ja, min granne har en gran med en grön gren.
Yes, you can stop showing off with your.
I am just repeating in a way that creates context, because because one of the things that was on the big TED had last week is the whole thing that to learn you need both challenge and support and context.
Oh, okay. So here's another thing that would be nice to say with your Swedish family at Christmas.
One tea.
One tea. Vilken bra mat, LeBlanc. Vilken bra mat.
Also, usually you would refer to food as god mat.
Oh.
Because bra is good in the sense of like well made or like high performing, while god is good in the sense of taste. So would you
say vilken god mat?
Yes.
Okay, Swede. Correcting me.
Yeah, that's how this whole thing works. That's the dynamic we've been building here for a year now.
Vilken god mat. It's very important to say god. Pretend like there's an E at the end. Because you wouldn't say god mat. That's weird.
God.
Goad.
Goad. Or like the word goad. Goad.
Goad. Oh, stop goading me.
Yes.
That's not a very common word, I don't think.
No, sorry. I it popped into my head because it's been used in the game that I play. So.
Yeah. Geeks have really good vocabularies. Vilken god mat. Martin, what's some of the special Christmas food we have to look forward to? Say the Swedish words for it.
Sill.
Oh yeah. How many of you guys have tried sill yet?
And then of course so you have
19 forms of it.
I mean, at Christmas the important ones are the just regular inlagd sill or lyksill, which is just the pickled herring, and the onion pickled herring, and also senapssill.
Oh yeah, the mustard kind.
Yes, and some of them also vitlökssill, which is garlic, but then there are tons of different ones. They usually come out with more different variations in the summer, like because we herring for all of our major holidays. It's you have herring at Christmas. Sometimes you have herring at Easter. You definitely have herring at midsummer. But yeah.
So let's see if I spelled any of these seals right.
It's double L on the sill.
Of course it is.
Many different herrings.
Yes. Okay. So Swedish culture is many kinds of not fermented.
No, the fermented herring is a completely different thing, which I myself have never tried and generally would not recommend.
It's illegal in many places.
It's not illegal, it's banned in many places, like many apartment buildings and such.
Okay, so inlagd sill is pickled
herring. Yes.
Pickled herring.
Senapssill. Vitlökssill. And you didn't translate garlic. Garlic herring. Vitlök is garlic.
But isn't lök onion?
Yes. In Sweden, because but in lök, lök is any sort of is actually a bulb. That sort of root bulb, and so both onions and garlics are root bulbs. It's just that we call onions, we just call it a yellow bulb, but so we just call it. But then we often we drop the color, and so we just call it lök. But that's actually not specifically onion. Okay. Like tulips also have if you want to plant tulips in your garden in spring, then you buy tulpanlök, which is a tulip.
They come in many different little jars, and there's a special little thinner fork that people often use to pull them out, and it's very kind of sour. It kind of has the consistency of sushi.
Yeah, I mean, it is raw pickled fish.
Yeah. It's grown on me. I eat a little bit at Easter and Christmas, but I don't really miss it the rest of the year. What other good foods are? What about that bread that's dipped in the?
Oh, yes. Okay. So we talk about. So it's vörtbröd is this specific kind of bread, like that has this certain spice in it that we eat at Christmas. Yes.
Vört. What is it again?
Vörtbröd.
Vörtbröd. What is it?
That's the sort of the darker bread that you only get around Christmas.
Okay.
And then there's this tradition of dopp i grytan, and sometimes
write that down too.
Yes.
Dopp i grytan.
Where basically, once the day, like usually it's on Christmas Day, you have, because on Christmas Eve is the main celebration, and you eat the ham. Julskinka. We should write that down too.
Yes.
Because the ham is the centerpiece of the Christmas table. Julskinka.
Julskinka. The Christmas ham.
Yes. And then you save sort of the broth that you get from the ham for the day after, when your vörtbröd is starting to go stale. Then you dip that in the ham broth, and so that it goes soft and a bit soggy, and it's good. At least I think so. Of course, that's it's
I feel pretty meh about it. Tastes like soggy bread.
Yeah, but ham flavored soggy bread. Now that I put it that way, I can see how it doesn't sound that impressive, but it's
tradition.
It's an important part. Like, okay, you want to know how important it is?
How important is it, Morten?
Christmas has, sometimes in Sweden, been referred to. Christmas Day has been referred to as dopparedan, dipping day, because that's
Dopparedan.
Yes.
That makes me think of Dapper Dan. I'm a Dapper Dan man. That is from a movie called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Dopparedan, or dopparedagen, of course, but dawn. Yeah.
Dawn is the abbreviation of Dagen?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you even and you can even refer to like Christmas Eve as dagen före dopparedan, and things like that. Like
day before, dagen före. Did you say dagen före? Dagen före.
Dagen före dopparedan. The day before dipping day. Yes, it is. That, I mean, I'm not sure how widespread that is. Like so that's that's the crazy thing about traditions, is that it's hard to know like what is like a national tradition, what is a local tradition, what is a family tradition. Like I'm telling you this from my perspective. Right. This is how Christmas works as far as I know.
Morten,
other Swedes would have other perspectives on this.
The most important thing that every kid wants to learn how to say. Is it time to open presents yet?
Ska vi öppna julklapparna nu?
Ska vi. That's can or shall we?
Yeah.
Ska vi öppna?
Yeah.
Ska vi öppna? And isn't it nice how öppna is so similar to open? Öppna.
Yeah.
Ska vi öppna
julklapparna?
Klapparna. Why isn't it present?
I don't know. We have a specific word for presents, which are Christmas presents, which we don't use to refer to any other kinds of presents.
But for any
don't ask me why.
Presents, you do say presenta.
Yes, but not for Christmas presents. Christmas presents are julklappar. Christmas pats.
Two P's, right?
Yes, or Christmas slaps or Christmas claps.
Because
the word clap can mean many things.
Because you clap when you open them.
Yeah.
Julklappar. klappar.
Or maybe because Santa, when he hands them to you, pats your head. It could be that too.
Clap is pat.
Can be pat or clap or slap, but you know, probably not a slap in this context.
Klappa. Klappa händerna. Jag är riktigt glad. Okej. Så, ska vi öppna julklappar? Oh, nu.
Yeah, or usually julklapparna.
Klappar.
The Christmas presents.
Na, and then nu at the end.
Yes.
Nu means now.
Yeah.
Nu.
Nu.
Ska vi öppna julklapparna nu? Now you say it a few times, Martin.
Ska vi öppna julklapparna nu?
Ska vi öppna julklapparna nu? I feel like I still don't have very good sense of the rhythm of the language and the melody of it. Can you say it again?
Ska vi öppna julklapparna nu?
Sounds so much nicer when he says it. Okay.
Well, I have had some practice.
And then a very important.
But see, that is often not the most commonly heard question from children on Christmas Eve. Because
it's not.
No, it is när börjar Kalle Anka?
Oh yeah. Kalle Anka is very important to Swedish culture.
Kalle Anka is Donald Duck. Of course, now Donald Duck is not the only character. It's not even the main character of the Disney Christmas special, which airs every year on Christmas Eve. But he's still the one that we focus on because Donald Duck is, as far as Swedish children are concerned, the best.
We should do a whole episode on Kalle.
The Disney character.
On Kalle Anka in general someday. It's a very cute program where it's lots of different little segments of old Disney cartoons, and at the very end there's a little preview
or
of a newer
like
one.
About 3/4 into it. Yeah, they will, like, it's often like the first time you see trailers for upcoming Disney movies. They put them in this because this is each year. It's like, so they have they are using the same dub. Like, well, it's not even a dub, it's a voiceover for lots of it. Some of it is dubbed, some of it is just voiceover that they've used since the beginning of Swedish television. Like, it's like this has been, like, segments of this have been exactly the same since the 60s. But still, every year, Disney, like the central office for Disney, recuts it, cuts in those new trailers, and then sends it out to TV stations across the world. It's not just in Sweden this is big, but I think it's bigger in Sweden than pretty much anywhere else.
All right, so Kalle Anka.
That's
I need to fix
Donald
that.
Duck.
Yes, say it with me. Kalle Anka.
Kalle Anka.
Which is kind of funny that the king's name is Kalle, isn't it?
Well, it's Carl.
Carl, but Kalle is the cute version of Carl.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
Kalle.
Yeah. Yes. His actual official full name of in Swedish is Carl Magnus Anka, which is the like, which is Carlos Magnus Charles the Great, Charlemagne, is named for him for some reason.
Anyway, när börjar Kalle Anka?
När börjar Kalle Anka? And wait, I need to double check this. I think it's a 2 because, you know, that's important.
So we said we talked about opening presents. Now we need to talk about what to say when you get them. Tack för julklapparna.
Ja, tack för julklapparna.
Tack för julklapparna.
And
thank you for
and
the
who
presents.
gives you the presents?
Who gives you the presents?
Jultomten.
If people go that route.
Yes, but that's also, speaking of Swedish traditions. Now, right, I should be speaking more Swedish.
You should be, and I'll translate for you.
I svenska traditionen så kommer tomten hem till familjen på julafton. Man har någon, oftast en förälder, ibland någon annan, som klär ut sig till tomten, mask och dräkt, och kommer och ger julklapparna direkt till barnen.
So that's kind of a lot to say.
Yes.
So in different families have traditions.
Like the general tradition
in Sweden is that Santa comes to your house, and it's either a friend or someone in the family that goes away and dresses up like him and comes in and gives presents to kids.
Yeah.
I understood everything you said. It was just I don't know if I remembered it all. You could say, talk about the presents. You could say, I like it. It's fun. Jag tycker om det. Det är roligt.
Ja. Okej. 3:00 på eftermiddag.
3:00 in the afternoon.
På julafton.
On Christmas Eve. That's when you need to tune in to Kalle Anka, because Swedes, when they are not in Sweden, they miss it. Like it's something that everybody does almost.
Yes. Ooh. And it will not be available on the international app for the Swedish TV.
Oui. So jag tycker om dig. Det är roligt.
Ja. Men det var det andra jag skulle vilja säga. Ja. Om jultomten också är att den ursprungliga svenska traditionen, vi har bara haft jultomten här, jag vet inte, kanske några generationer. Jag vet inte när vi började ha tomten.
So he's not sure when exactly people started to talk about Santa, but he thinks it's only been a couple of decades.
No, a couple of generations.
Like 100 years? How long is a generation?
About 30 years.
Oh, so maybe 60 years.
Yeah, I can't remember if my parents had Santa or not. Men innan det så hade vi i Sverige istället julbocken.
Oh, but first I wrote this down so can I say it? So something to say about your presents. Jag tycker om dig. I like it.
Or jag tycker om den.
Om den or that, or
depending on if the object in question is an N or a T word.
But if you say they, nobody's gonna care.
Jag tycker om that. Yeah, it's true.
It says I like, kind of about it, but together it means it.
Yes.
And det är roligt. It is fun. You can say det är or det är roligt. It really doesn't matter. It's all about properly punctuating things. Not everyone talks like this.
Proper pronunciation.
So, det är roligt, det är roligt.
Det är roligt.
Det är roligt. It's fun. That means roligt. Roligt means fun. Okay, let's talk about the Christmas deer.
No, the Christmas ram.
The Christmas ram.
Julbocken.
Julenbocken bruser.
But that's also why, or maybe not ram. Maybe it's more a goat actually. Okay. The Christmas goat.
Christmas goat.
Yeah, one word.
Julbocken.
Yeah, so far so good.
Okay.
Yes.
Julbocken.
And so that's really why, where the whole thing with det är därifrån den här traditionen med att klä ut sig till tomten kommer från att innan vi hade tomten i Sverige så klädde någon ut sig till julbocken.
So before Santa came to Sweden, people would dress up like the Christmas goat.
Ja, så skägg och någon sorts mask med horn på. Ja.
Interesting. So people would dress up like goats with horns and beards.
Yeah. And that's who would bring the presents. And of course, because back then it was also a bigger deal of the whole, if you've been naughty, so you were a little bit afraid of him too, because like I think even like you were afraid that he might like take you away. But I haven't done enough research into this. Like this is, vaguely remembering my parents telling me about this during my childhood.
I'll need to ask some more about this. Oh, our
kids are calling. But that is why the little straw figure goats are still, part of Christmas decor.
Okay. Okay, I never knew about that. I guess we should probably finish this off because our kids are calling and it's been about half an hour.
Yeah.
So.
Tack så mycket.
Thanks so much.
God jul.
Yeah, god jul.
Gott nytt år.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Oh, and this was the other phrase that we wanted to mention.
Oh yeah.
God jul, gott nytt år och god fortsättning.
I'll go ahead and let you spell that.
Yes.
God jul is Christmas. God nytt år.
Gott nytt år.
Gott nytt år is
Vänta lite. Okej, vi kommer snart.
You just write the förlösning and nigger because.
Yeah. Writing all of them.
Okay, he's writing all of them.
Så god fortsättning är för att folk blir lite så här. Om det redan är jul, det har redan varit jul. Man kan inte säga ha en god jul om det redan har varit jul.
So when Christmas has already happened and it's past, you can't keep saying Merry Christmas.
Så då säger man god fortsättning.
So people will say, happy continuation of the celebrating.
Yes. Yeah, good continued holidays.
God fortsättning.
Yes, god fortsättning.
God fortsättning.
Ja.
Yes.
Tack så mycket.
Bye.
Vi ses nästa år.